something great for you right now. Crispy fried chicken. We don't want to scare you off. It's really easy. Randy is back with his take on how to make it. But it's not just any kind of crispy fried chicken. What did you put in the fried chicken?
Pickle.
Dill pickle.
Crispy fried.
So you get a little bit of that tang
I'm
going
excited,
on.
right? A little bit of buttermilk, a little bit of
Yes.
dill pickle. It just seems to be the cool thing, right? And
yes.
the marinade just sucks it right up. So instead of doing like a whole chicken, it's more like an appetizer size.
Yeah.
Unless you're really hungry, then you can turn it into a main course appetizer.
Oh, that'd be kind of
right?
good.
You can do that too. That's no big deal. But we're doing boneless skin-on chicken thighs.
Oh, nice. See, that's different too because the cut of the meat, it's a little bit more fat.
Yes.
It's gonna have a little bit more flavor.
Correct.
Right?
You're hitting all the boxes now, right? And it's also going to take on the marinade a bit better.
Yes.
Like where the chicken breast doesn't really it's okay with the marinade. The chicken thighs like, come on in, move in. You're gonna set up. We're gonna have Netflix on. We're gonna have a good time. So yeah, so we just did a little bit of buttermilk and a little bit of the brine that you have in the pickle jar when you're done that nobody ever uses.
Yes.
Yeah, don't put that with your vodka-induced shooters. Well, you could, but save some for your chicken. So we put it in. We marinate it for 24 hours.
Good stuff.
So it is in a happy place right now. Now, do you know the secret for super crispy fried chicken?
We're dredging, obviously, but what are you dredging in?
Well, we are going to dredge. We're going to do a wet, dry. So flour, and then egg, and then panko breadcrumbs to make a Captain Crispy Town.
Okay.
Will you give me a little bit of salt in the flour, please?
Yes.
And then...
a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more. I mean, like, any chance you get to season the chicken, especially with the flour kind of thing, that should definitely happen. So we put a little salt and pepper there. And then what we're going to do is I got the glove on, so it's okay. You keep your hands nice and clean, Trace. I know you just had the mani-pedi going on. We don't want to mess that up, right? So what we're going to do is we get it in this flour and we shake it about. And what you want to do is you actually want to press it down pretty hard. Like, be kind of forceful for it, get in all the cracks, that kind of stuff, and then into your egg wash.
Got it.
So we started out wet because of the marinade. And you can see that buttermilk kind of coats it.
Yeah.
So now we go in, it's a little dry. Now
so is this the secret to making it crispy, do you think?
Yes,
is that why you do the
100%.
dry, wet, dry?
Wet, dry, and that's why we want to push it in there and make sure all the cracks are there. And then from the egg wash, because this is super sticky, right, which is why I got the glove on.
Yes.
Then we go into the panko breadcrumbs. Do you know what panko breadcrumbs are?
I mean, they're breadcrumbs, but I don't know what's the difference between a breadcrumb and a panko.
The panko's a little bit like coarser, a little bit sharper. So it's got those edges on it where you kind of like you crunch into it and you can hear it in your brain. That's kind of what we're after. Like the brain's gonna wake up and it's gonna be like, what's the story? That's crazy. What's going on there?
Is there anything it's made of that's different though?
I believe there's a little bit of cornstarch in the actual bread to make it just super crispy.
It's nice and crispy.
Right? And the trick is, to be honest with you, I know I only brought one glove, but that was on purpose. So the trick is you want to use one hand, because that way if someone's calling you, you still got your hand here.
That's right.
You can take your Instagram shots, you know what I mean? You got your things going on.
All
you
the
can
important things.
You know, you can like spray the dogs with water if they're getting in your way. You need that other hand for freedom, right?
Right.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop it onto this
That is a good coating.
That's a good
right
looking
there.
coating.
Yeah.
See that?
That looks amazing.
And what we're going to do today is we're actually going to make a healthy fried chicken.
Oh, really?
It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? I've never really heard of that. But we're using the Tefal Actifry.
Okay.
Right? And this attachment is an add-on attachment with the Actifry. And what this does is it kind of lets the hot air kind of go circulate it. So it's almost like a super hot air convection oven.
Yeah.
But it's called low oil or no oil. And what I'm going to show you, so normally you would put in like a tablespoon. This is like barely any oil.
Yes.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my little brush here and I'm going to just like drizzle it from the sky. Like, hey,
now, is that all you're going to put in there?
That's all the oil we're going to put in. This is kind of how my wife puts salad dressing on her salad, right? I think we've all seen people do this, where I'm like the guy that's like, so the benefits are 10 times better because it's just very low oil.
Yeah.
Kind of goes in there like that, right? We'll give it one more just to give it a little
Maybe
coat.
just
a little bit more, right? And then, if you ever use one of these active fries at home, they are sensational. They make things super crispy. So they usually have this attachment here with the patented paddle that stirs the food while you go. Well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to interrupt it. We want it to just kind of like crisp up. Okay. So you ready for this?
Yeah. Take it out.
See you later.
So take out the
there
paddle.
goes the patented technology.
Yeah.
Here comes the add-on like that, right? So we're benching the French fries tonight because normally the French fries come into this fantastic 100%.
We've done French fries. We've done French toast. You've done so many
apple
different.
crumble.
You did apple crumble. You've done dessert. You've done we're doing dinner.
This is the workhorse. I mean, you just kind of plug it in, away you go. You don't have to have the house smelling. You do deep fryer, and then you just press go, right, and away you go. You set the timer.
Yeah.
And it's going.
Okay,
ready for
so
this?
that does its thing and it moves around.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the plating. So whenever I do fried chicken at home, I have to have bread. And if I'm gonna have bread, I'm gonna have to add a little bit of fat, and I'm gonna have to add some garlic butter.
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit of garlic bread there. It's kind of fantastic, right? And then, hello.
So how long was that in there for?
19 minutes.
19 minutes?
19 minutes, and as you can see, it's kind of spinning around.
Crunchy.
No, like this is the captain of...
Oh, that's so good.
Right? So, Captain Crunchy Town. Right? You didn't have to heat up the entire house. The house isn't going to smell like a dirty pub the next day.
Dirty
right?
pub. You
don't get
what I like
that
about
when I deep fry at home.
No, it's true.
It's in your hair.
It smells like a dirty
pub.
I know. What I like about you the most is that you breaded chicken and put the breaded chicken on bread. That makes me really love you.
That's why, you know what, the breaded chicken loves the bread.
Come here. Yeah.
For sure it does. And we did go a little bit less here. You could go sour cream here. I did yogurt and cucumbers.
Nice.
A little bit of the dill pickle brine to kind of match up and marry it. We're going to garnish it with some dill on top, which is a cornucopia of awesomeness, right? And then what you have to do to finish it off is I got some homemade hot sauce here, and depending on how hot you want it, but like,
Randy, so good.
Stars,
That is so
there
beautiful.
we have it. That's exactly what we're after.
Give it up for Randy Feltis. That's amazing.